I brought it back,
How
Stephen
we doing,
A.
Tim?
The white tee. I'm doing great, Molly. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. It's an honor to be here among these fine men and women. We're having a lot of fun.
Yes, you are. You're around a lot of fine men and women.
Yes, he is. Yes,
that
he
is
is.
the truth.
And by the way, dare I say, Tim Tebow, I saw your motivational speech that you gave these wonderful men and women. Very, very inspirational, Tim Tebow. I'm very proud. Very proud.
Yeah. Let me add quickly
thank you
before
so
we
much,
get into
Stephen
it.
A. I wish you could have done the same for Syracuse football team.
By the way, guys,
Wow.
Tim has a book out. It's phenomenal. You should pick it up.
Harsh,
very inspirational.
I'm
All right.
not used to the harsh Tebow. All right, let's go.
I'm going to get into it here. Tim, let's talk a little college football. LSU is out of the top 4 in terms of the rankings. Michigan is now in. Is this finally the year Harbaugh, Michigan aren't going to disappoint fans at the end?
Gosh, I really don't think so. I think they're going to be a favorite against Ohio State, and Ohio State is going to be able to knock them off, go to the Big Ten championship. Doesn't matter who they play. Neither one of them are getting in. But Michigan, that is their opportunity. This is their chance. They're in the top 4. Everyone else is lost. But can they find a way to beat their rivals, Ohio State? They haven't done it yet. Will it be this year? I'm saying probably not.
You know what? I want to know because, Tim, you know, usually I put my top 5 list. I put my top 5 list together every week. And last week I had Alabama as number 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Isn't it true? Are you willing to admit to the fine men and women here that you completely agree with your man, Stephen A? It's Alabama and nobody else.
Stephen A., it is really hard to admit, but I do agree with you. I'll give you that. It's Alabama and nobody else right now.
Let's stay with Alabama for a second. It's still like the playoff is yet to be played, but at this point in the season, where do you rank this Alabama team among the best you have ever seen, Tim?
Gosh, Max, I'll tell you what, they have to come through in the clutch in the SEC championship and the college football playoff, and they have to dominate in that. But if they continue on this path, I think I would have them up there competing for number 1. I think you have to. The dominance that they have displayed, especially last week at Death Valley against the number 3 team in the country. I think I would have 95 Nebraska with Tommy Frazier. I think I would have maybe 2001 Miami, maybe a couple other teams. But if Alabama finishes, you got to put them up there.
Hey, Tim Tebow, is that your way of saying, sir, that they would have beaten Tim Tebow's Florida Gators when you were winning the Heisman Trophy, that they would have smacked you guys around too? Is that your way of saying that, sir?
Well, actually, Stephen A., we didn't win the title when I won the Heisman. We came back and we won it the next year. And I never said we would be out, okay? I never said that. You always believe in your squad, and I believe in my boys. We would have come strapped ready to play, Stephen A.
Oh, stop it, stop it, stop it.
Tim, what about LSU? They only dropped 4 spots after getting shut out at home, basically. I mean, like, is that good enough? Where do you agree with where they're ranked, LSU?
Honestly, Max, I think it says more about what the committee believes Alabama to be than LSU. They're saying Alabama is so good that when you get shut out at home, it's still okay. And then also you got to look at LSU's resume. It's still one of the better resumes in college football. They have a bunch of big-time wins. Beating Mississippi State, beating Miami, beating Auburn. That's a lot better wins than a lot of other people have. Yes, they did kind of take it last week on the chin against Alabama, but pretty much everybody would.
Tim, the big injury news this week was Ian Book, obviously at Notre Dame. Brian Kelly said he isn't ruled out, but how concerning is this for the Irish?
Extremely concerning. Extremely concerning. Listen, the last time we saw Brandon Wimbush play, they beat Ball State by 10. They barely beat Vanderbilt on a bad call and a fumble on the goal line. Notre Dame needs Ian Book. For them to be successful, they need his accuracy, they need his arm strength, and his moxie in the pocket. And everybody wants to say that Brandon Wimbush is more athletic. Yes, he's faster, but that doesn't mean he's more athletic in the pocket. Ian Book knows how to maneuver in the pocket, create a throwing lane, and be accurate down the field. I think they're a very different team. And if you're an FSU fan, you have a little hope now because Ian Book is out.
Tim, thank you so much. We got to let you go, but we're here at Luke Air Force Base. What do you want to say to these fine servicemen and women before we say goodbye?
I'll tell you what, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your service, for what you do every single day. Because of what you do, we get to be on a show and talk about sports and have fun and get excited. But what you do is more important than any game, any day, any place. So we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. God bless you guys, and we pray for you often.